to Katie.
All right, well, let's talk about some of the points that you brought up with your visions that you'd like to take the schools over the next 3 years. And let's talk about transparency. Katie, in your response, you said there was still some work to do. So let's get specific. And for everybody, where do you see the school committee in terms of transparency and the school administration in general? And then for you specific, Katie, where you brought it up, to discuss what steps you think need to be taken to further improve in that area.
Honestly, I feel like we have really been transparent in everything we do is on camera. So anyone can tune in and see exactly what has happened, how it happened. I would like to try to get those minutes out on time more consistently. We have had issues with those, but no one's perfect, and hopefully that will come into play. And honestly, I will reach out to anyone who can help me, and I take advice, and I am very good at delegating and trying to make things happen.
Erdem?
Well, we got a few years ago, transparency was good, but it declined substantially last year and the year before. We have 11 counts of Attorney General findings against Stoughton School Committee for the minutes, some insufficient content, some being too late. And at the last debate, Ms. Enokian said they were because the minutes belong to the time when I was in office, but it's only one of those 11 counts. And for that one, December 23, 2014 executive session minutes, it was found not because it's late. The violation was because insufficient content. There are other issues. The chair.
Time.
Okay, I'll.
Sandra?
Thank you. So I guess I would say transparency, it's not just about minutes, right? The school committee does a lot more than produce minutes. I do believe that they're very important to the public and to the school committee because, if you can't attend or you can't watch it on TV, you need the minutes. You need to be able to see what happened. With transparency, what I mean is, folks want to know what's going on. Folks that maybe don't see the minutes, folks that can't attend, and just policy in general, making it a little more easier accessible to the public. And I've felt over the past couple of years when I've reached out to the school committee that, I've been able to get that information. So, what I'd like to do is to work with the current board to make that a little more accessible without people having to pull, but more push.
Okay. Does anybody have a rebuttal?
I absolutely do. But go
Okay.
ahead, Erdem. No, go ahead. I want to hear everything you have to say before I rebut you.
Okay, then I'll. There are so many issues with transparency right now. I'll give you 2 examples. I find that it's unconscionable that the current chair scheduled a non-regular meeting to give the superintendent an undeserved contract extension, raise and benefits when Mr. Soros, who was the only dissenting vote, he was in France. And recently, Ms.
Katie?
Okay, first of all, the minutes I have right here, and everyone, they're online, like you said. The minutes were 6 months behind when you left because they weren't approved. The special meeting was because the Tuesday that our meeting was supposed to be was an election. So we had to do another meeting. I said that to the whole board. I let them know. Unfortunately, Joe Soers was on a vacation, but I could not stop everything because he's on vacation. Things happen. You had a special meeting.
Anybody else like to rebut?
Well, they can continue.
If you guys want to
Okay.
continue, I'll let you go.
It's just a fresh 30.
Yeah.
So there is also another one that nobody knows yet. I've only found out recently. Ms. Enokian, the school committee chair decided to delay the vote on superintendent's evaluation beyond the election when Mr. Soers, who's the only dissenting member, will no longer be in the office. I find this unconscionable, and it's not.
Well, that's not
it's
the truth.
Well, I have your email right here.
Right, and it, doesn't it say that, okay, can I
Okay,
talk?
okay,
Okay. So in my email, doesn't it say that I will be collecting everyone's evaluation on the 28th of March?
Then it says you are going to write your report, and then the report
Yes,
will
but
be
I will have-
voted on after the
No,
election.
no.
So you're not going to take a vote on the 28th. I
The
mean,
28th,
I
I
can
will
just
be-
resolve this by reading Ms.
You can go
Enokian's.
right ahead and read it, if that's okay.
So can I rebut?
Well, hang on.
The only thing is I'm saying is that we missed a meeting because there was snow. So,
You're talking about the March 14th school committee
Yeah,
meeting,
I'm
just so that, no,
not
we can
ignoring
keep,
you.
we can keep going. The March 14th school committee meeting, just so that the public is.
yes, the
Up to
March
date,
14th
okay.
meeting, there was a snow day. So we had to cancel the meeting. So what I did was, I still wanted everyone who's on the current board right now to have their say in Dr. Rizzi's evaluation. So I said, on the 28th, I will collect all the information, and I will, that's how we do it. I do a summary, and then the vice chair will be reading it. Myself and Mr. Soares might not be on the committee. It will be done for the next time that the school committee will be seeing a meeting, and the vice chair, who is going to be on the committee, will be reading that report.
And it will include statements from yourself
From
and
everyone on
Mr.
the board.
Soares.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Well, the way it is
And
done is
Sandra.
first everybody prepares their input and brings it to the committee, and then there is a discussion, and then somebody, the chair or somebody else, will put together a summary document, and the committee officially votes on the summary document because that's the one that goes into superintendent's file. So with this, she could have scheduled a meeting for March 21st or another day. She hasn't.
Kinda
So
busy with
it will be
debates.
voted on after the election, where Mr. Soares cannot be there to vote for the final document that will go into superintendent's file. And I find that unacceptable.
I
Okay.
find that Mr. Soares could definitely come in public comment and could come to the school committee meeting, and I'm sure that they would be able to voice his opinion.
Sandra's been waiting to speak.
Oh, okay, I'm
That's
sorry.
okay. No, that's okay. I just think at this
I
point.
just want to say that when I first got elected on the board, Dr. Ural had a special meeting on April 16th, I think it was April 16th, 2014, on Passover night, to have him, we elected him as chair. So the special meeting thing, unfortunately, I had to do it because there was a national election, and we do not have meetings when there's a national election.
Well, the
Hang on,
Wait.
before